Oregon, you're ready for week 2 of the Syracuse football season, and the Orange get ready to take on Western Michigan. And QB1 Garrett Shrader is back for the 2-minute drill ahead of week 2. Garrett, looked like a great performance in week 1 for you personally and the team. What were your thoughts on how it all went?
Started out strong. We executed well, and biggest thing is turnovers. We had 3 of them. We got to limit those, and then but everything else, it was good to see a lot of guys get run.
Yeah, for sure. Spreading the ball around to a lot of different receivers. And Amari Hatcher had a big game. What specifically with his game you think makes him one of those guys that's kind of rising up the depth chart right now?
He's always been talented, and he's a speedster. He can run, and he's got hands. So the biggest thing is just knowing when to find windows and working the space against zone coverage and man-to-man. Obviously, we count on him winning, and he did. So just adding that zone element of the game and finding space and running routes to get open. But he's been doing a great job of that, and that's why he's catching more footballs.
Outside of the first drive, it felt like you guys got in a nice rhythm really throughout the end of the first half there. And it seemed like it was up-tempo a little bit in that game, maybe more compared to last season. Do you feel like that's something you guys are working on as an offense to play more in tempo this season?
Yeah. I mean, our focus was our game plan, the stuff we were trying to do and going to do. They came out and played us a little bit differently than we thought they would. So, but once we saw that, we were able just to go to routine plays, and that was the thing, just routinely moving, executing plays, and so yeah. But once we saw that, and we kind of figured it out. I missed a couple throws the first drive, but besides that, once we got in our rhythm, we were able to go.
So now you transition to week 2, Western Michigan, step up in competition a little bit. Are you a guy that goes back and evaluates yourself on film, or what will you do over the course of game week to kind of get ready?
Yeah, I mean, well, after the game, I'll probably watch it 3 or 4 times through, and then just when it comes Sunday, clean up whatever you need to do. So you're ready. You pretty much know everything that you need to fix, and then starting even that later that day, you just focus on the next opponent, and that's what I was doing yesterday and Sunday. So and then continue to grow, and as the game plan gets installed, continue to still watch the film and just being ready for Saturday.
And you've talked a little bit about how you're trying to protect your body a little bit more this season and maybe give yourself up on some plays. How do you balance that, knowing that some of your nature is to be an aggressive runner as well, but you're also trying to make sure you're in it for the long haul this year?
Yeah, I mean, just knowing the down and distance and there's a time and place. And a game like that, when you're up most of the time, you don't need to be out there taking hits. And then same thing, it's just when you get your yards, at a certain point, it's not really worth getting 3 or 4 extra yards if you get a first down or whatever. Just knowing the situation, and then if you have to go get it, put your head down and go and get it.
Certainly a good performance from the offense, wide receivers-wise, and you throwing the football, but also Quinn Allen played really well in that game. Coach Babers has talked throughout this week about how he's just kind of a different level of a player in practice even, and brings a certain level of intensity. What have you seen from Quinn in practice and in games?
Yeah, he's a high-motor guy, and the biggest thing is he's just as good as a player with the ball as he is without it. And there's not many people that are like that. And but the energy he brings, the guys rally around him. We all love him. So, and he plays hard. That's the biggest thing. And so put all that together, and then he's really talented. So he's a whole package.
All right, Garrett, we appreciate the time as always. Best of luck against Western Michigan.
Thank you.
That's Garrett Shrader. You can catch him out on the field Saturday, 3:30 kickoff against Western Michigan.